Welcome to Collingwood Boxing Club. Today we're going to be talking about the sizing. I've got my tape measure here for a full set of winning. So this is for the headgear, and I've got both variations, a groin guard as well as 16-ounce gloves. And I'll talk to you because I've got all the pairs. And this set, has been with me for at least 10 years. So you get a lot of return on the investment. Okay. So the first things first, I've measured my head. I'll measure it again for you just so you can see. And it's always good just to go around your forehead, which is when it's the largest. And I'm about a 22, okay? So with the 22, with these head guards, the sizing for a normal FG 2900 is the same as when you wear the other head guard. So you can see here, it's a nice fit, and again, I've worn it for 10 years plus, this set in particular, and it fits great. So what you want to know is, what if you're larger, and that's fine. So we're going to be talking about that one as well. So this one, again, it's a little bit tighter on the forehead, and that's why you want to measure across there. So what you see is the official charting size, if it's a medium, it's from 21 to 23 inches or 54 to 59 centimeters. And you can just check it up on the chart, do the conversions. I've made it nice and simple for you. So if I'm right on 22, I'm right there, so medium works well. But if you have a bigger head or if you're towards the upper range, large goes from 22.5 inches to 24.5 inches. So if you're on the higher range, I'd go for the larger headgear, but it really depends what size you have. The sizing, there's no small, there's medium, large, 2 large, and then 3 large, and that's where you can go from. So with the groin guards, with the headgear as well, today we'll only be talking about the sizing, but that's all you really need to know about that. So with the groin guard is the only other size that you need. So in terms of the medium, it goes from the 28.7 to 32 inches or 73 to 83 centimeters. So you want to measure right across your hip bone, just see exactly where it reaches. And I've got a hip of 36.5. So with a 36.5 hip, and my groin guard is a medium one. Like I've also got a large one, which is a bit too large, but when you put it on, which is weird when I'm wearing my work clothes, but when you put it on here, you feel the tightness just right around your hip bones, right? So and I'll show you how to palpate that one. So if you just touch, so with the hip bones, you want to feel for the prominence at the side of your hips, and that's where you want to measure across. So 22, come my way, for my height, it's right in the middle. If you're a bit larger, around 34, you can go a size up. But mediums work really well. I could wear a large as well, and it doesn't really affect the feel or the discomfort. It's just a little bit more big, and I bought a large straight away because I've got bigger hips than most people. But a medium, it's a perfect fit. So the sizing chart, it's not too bad. But of course, if you're making an investment in winnings, you want to make sure you buy the right type because it is a big investment. 10 years ago, it was cheap. It was about $300, $240. The headgears was about like $300 as well. So it's not too much, but the prices by now have actually doubled. And interestingly, and very importantly, the quality has also remained the same. So there has been no change for that one. In terms of the gloves, and the gloving is pretty important because the 16s are still large for me. There is no official sizing chart for the gloves, but just in terms of your fist, if you're making a fist like that and I'm measuring around and across, so my fist is about 10 inches, 10.5 inches, and the gloving, if you just have a look there, it's quite bigger than the fist. So it actually does feel a bit loose. When you put in some hand wraps and maybe some taping as well, it's a lot better. So if you're a professional and you're able to get professional wraps, say some gyms in the States, they do this for every single training session that they have, they'll fit really nice. But if you just wear normal hand wraps, 14s are perfect, 12s are great, and 8s are really snug. So you really can't go wrong. And the weights for 16-ounce gloves are always spot on, so you can't get any difficulties with that one. But in terms of sizing, it can be a bit tricky, but the fitting is quite good. It's quite accurate in terms of the winning. The only trick is whether you're going to be upper range or downer range. Of course, if you're a lot leaner with smaller hips, the mediums will work well, but the head guard you have to be a bit smarter with, because sometimes it can be a bit big. It depends on your face structure as well. So I've got a thin face, but if you've got a wider face, a large might be good. Because you can see here, like, sorry, this head guard is actually a large. So a medium would have worked well for me as well. And I've got it, you know, sewn right edge to edge. So potentially a medium would have been a lot better. And even back with this one. So I've got 2 larges for this headgear, but you can still wear the large. If I had gotten a 2 large or 3L, that would have been problematic. So definitely, if you're around the mid-range or lower range of the head guard, get the medium. If you're on the larger range, get the large.